Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the new normal class of Practical Research 1. I am your teacher, Romel Palado. Before we are going to proceed to our topic, let us first have a sort of review of the past lesson. Last week, we discussed about the qualitative research and its importance in daily life. This topic is composed of two lessons. First lesson, we talk about the qualitative research, and the second lesson, we talk about qualitative research in different areas of knowledge. Speaking of qualitative research, this is a research type that puts premium or high value on people's thinking or point of view conditioned by their personal traits. As such, it usually takes place in soft sciences like social sciences, politics, economics, humanities, education, psychology, nursing, and all business-related subjects. We talk also about the characteristics of a qualitative research. First, it should be human understanding and interpretation. Second, active, powerful, and forceful. Third, multiple research approaches and methods. Fourth, we have specificity to generalization. Fifth, we have contextualization. Sixth, we have diversified data in real-life situations. Seven, abounds with words and visuals. And lastly, internal analysis. It also have types of qualitative research. First, we have the case study, ethnography, phenomenology, context and discourse analysis, historical analysis, and grounded theory. Then we also differentiate the hard sciences to soft sciences. When we talk about hard sciences, it composed of the STEM. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and medicine, and the natural sciences such as biology, physics, and chemistry. Then soft sciences, it involves the business-related research. Our topic for today is all about identifying the inquiry and stating the problem. Inquiry or research drives you to a thorough or in a deep analysis of a certain subject matter. This kind of study involves several stages that require much time and effort. You need to spend some time in finalizing your mind about a particular topic to research on or in determining the appropriateness of such topic, in obtaining background knowledge about it, and in raising some specific questions that you want your research work to answer. Focusing seriously on these aspects of your study is laying a good foundation or beginning of your research work. Here is our objective for today's discussion. First, distinguish a good research topic from a bad one. Second, characterize a researchable topic. Third, narrow down a general topic into a smaller one and choose a good research topic. Fourth, define a research question and research problem. Fifth, give the relationship between research problem and research question. 6. Formulate correct research questions. 7. Identify the sources of research problem and research question. And lastly, justify the essence of having background knowledge of the problem. Subject matter of the inquiry research talks about the guidelines in choosing research topic. Second, research topics to be avoided. And lastly, sources of research topics. Subject matter of the inquiry research. Of course, you should begin your research with a problem that is having a problem or topic to work on. Mulling over a topic for your research work drives you to perform HATS or higher order thinking strategies of inferential, critical, integrative, and creative thinking in finalizing your mind on one topic among several choices. A topic is researchable if the knowledge and information about it are supported by evidence that is observable, factual, and logical. Of course, if you are going to choose a topic or research topic, it should be supported with the evidence. That's why you are going to have a research or you are going to conduct a research in terms of it. Here are the guidelines in choosing a research topic. First, interest in the subject matter. Your interest in a topic may be caused by your rich background knowledge about it and by its novelty, meaning its unfamiliarity to you. Your real interest in a subject pushes you to research, investigate, or inquire about with full motivation, enthusiasm, and energy. Second, the availability of information. Collecting a lot of information as evidence to support your claims about your subject matter from varied forms of literature like books, journals, and newspapers, among others, is a part and parcel of your any research work. Included in your investigation of the availability of reading materials are questions on how updated and authorized the materials are. Let these questions linger as you tour the library. What are the copyright dates of the materials? How old or new are they? How expert or qualified the writers are in coming out with such kind of reading materials about your topic? Third, timeliness and relevance of the topic. The topic is relevant if it yields results that are instrumental in societal improvement. It is timely if it is related to the present. For instance, unless it is pure or historical research. For example, you have a research on the ins and outs of people's revolutionary acts will prosper more if it tackles the contemporary or revolutionary actions rather than those in the ancient time. Fourth, limitations on the subject. This makes you link your choosing with course requirements. Then lastly, your personal resources. Before sticking fully to your final choice, assess your research abilities in terms of your financial standing, health condition, mental capacity, needed facilities, and time allotment to enable you to complete your research. Imagine yourself pouring much time and effort into its initial stage, only to find out later that you are unable to complete it because of your failure to raise the amount needed for questionnaire printing and interview trips. So you should have personal resources in terms of your research. Research topics to be avoided. First, controversial topics. These are topics that depend greatly on the writer's opinion, which may tend to be biased or prejudicial. Facts cannot support topics like this. Second, highly technical subjects. For a beginner, researching on topics that require an advanced study, technical knowledge, and vast experience is very difficult task. Third, hard to investigate subjects. A subject is hard to investigate if there are no available reading materials about it, and such material are not up to date. So you should check your reading materials. Two broad subjects. Topics that are broad will prevent you from giving concentrated or an in-depth analysis of the subject matter of the paper. Next, two narrow subjects. These subjects are so limited or specific that an extensive or thorough searching or reading for information about this is necessary. Lastly, vague subjects. Choosing topics like this will prevent you from having a clear focus on your paper. What are the sources of research topic? You can have mass media communication press such as newspaper, ads, TV, radio, films, and etc. You can also have books, internet, peer-reviewed journals, government publications. You can also have professional periodicals like College English Language, Teaching Forum, English Forum, The Economist, Academia, Business Circle, Law Review, and etc. You can also have general periodicals such as Reader's Digest, Women's Magazine. You can also have previous reading assignments in your other subjects, and lastly, your work experiences that may relate to your topic. Research problem and research question. This lesson is composed of meaning of research problem, background of the problem, research questions, and lastly, the guidelines in formulating research questions. Research problem. The ultimate goal of research is not only to propose ways of studying things, people, places, and events, but also to discover and introduce new practices, strategies, or techniques in solving a problem. The word problem makes you worry and pushes you to exert considerable effort in finding a solution for it. When you feel perplexed or anxious about what to do about something you are doubtful or about a question you are incapable of answering, you then come to think of conducting a research, an investigation, or inquiry. You consider research as the remedy for getting over any problem. Background of the problem. You must not rush into gathering ideas and information about your topic. First, spend time getting background knowledge about the problem that triggered off your research topic to discover its relation to what the world, particularly the experts, professionals, the learned people, know about your topic. Also, reading for rich background ideas about the problem is also another way to discover some theories or principles to support your study. That is according to Brown and Woodwell in 2014. Research questions. The research problem enables you to generate a set of research questions. However, your ability to identify your research problem and to formulate the questions depends on the background knowledge you have about the topic. To get a good idea of the problem, you must have rich background knowledge about the topic through the RRL or Review of Related Literature, which requires intensive reading about your topic. Apart from having a clear picture of the topic, it will also help you in adopting an appropriate research method and have a thorough understanding of the knowledge area of research. A research problem serving as an impetus behind your desire to carry out a research study comes from many sources. Difficulties in life are arising from social relationships, governmental affairs, institutional practices, cultural patterns, environmental issues, marketing strategies, and etc. That is according to Punch 2014. To give your study a clear direction, you have to break this big, overreaching, general question into several smaller or specific questions. For example, your problem or research problem is the need to have a safer, comfortable, and helpful walk or transfer of students from place to place in the UST campus. So, from your research problem, you can create your research topic, the construction of a covered pathways in the UST campus. From your research topic, you can have your general question. What kind of covered path should UST construct in its campus? From that, you can have specific questions. What materials are needed for the construction of the covered pathway in the UST campus? Second, what roofing material is appropriate for the covered path? In what way can the covered pathway link all buildings in the campus? What is the width and height of the covered path? How can the covered path realize green architecture? So, your research questions aim at investigating specific aspects of the research problem. Though, deduce from the general or mother question, one specific question may lead to another sub-problem or sub-question, requiring a different data gathering technique and directing the research design to a triangulation method approach. It means you are going to apply the naturalistic approach as well as scientific approach. Here are the guidelines in formulating questions. First, establish a clear relation between the research questions and the problem or topic. Of course, you should have first a problem. After that, create a question. Base your research questions on your RRL. So after having a problem, you should have your RRL or review of related literature so that you can create a research question. Formulate research questions that can arouse your curiosity and surprise you with your discoveries or findings. That's why it is one characteristic of doing research. You should be interested to it. Then, state your research question in such a way that they include all dependent and independent variables. Then, let the set of research questions or sub-problems be preceded by one question expressing the main problem of the research. Of course, in making research question, it should come from your main problem. Avoid asking research questions that are answerable with yes or no, and the use of how questions only in quantitative research. Speaking of quantitative research, it requires a measurable data or numerical data. Then, lastly, be guided by the acronym SMART. So your question should be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bounded. If you have questions or clarifications about our topic, you may contact me to my cell phone number 0930-680-829 or you may log in to your LCMS. Stay safe, everyone. Have a blessed day. This is your teacher, Romel Palado.